we must be one of the only countries in the world, Abhijit, which has not discussed or debated China in a big way during these COVID days. China has come up for debate on other occasions. We've tried to ensure that China does not have a predatory economic approach to India, but truly we have not. And I want to start by asking you, Abhijit, we have not debated whether China is at fault, whether this is a China virus. That appears to be largely an American issue. May I start by asking you, Abhijit, why is the world in India, within India, we are not divided into those who are pro-Chinese and anti-Chinese? Why is that an issue in America and not in India?
Well, Arnab, I'm afraid the answer is because we really don't take international affairs very seriously. Second, there is no interest right now for us to take on the... sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you much better now. Thank you.
Okay, so, there's no interest for us right now to take on the Chinese because the Americans are doing it for us. That said, we have to discuss the whole network of corruption that has happened around the Chinese and the WHO. Remember, the WHO had 3 roles. One was the supervisory role, the second was the audit role, and the third was the reporting role. They failed in all 3 because their director, Dr. Tedros Adhanom, is a Chinese stooge. You know how the Chinese got him elected? They came to us and they said, you have democratic credentials, elect this man. They foisted him on the African Union. Why? Because they leveraged all their Belt and Road Initiative projects onto the Africans. Now understand, Dr. Tedros is a very, very dangerous man. He has presided, when he was foreign minister of Ethiopia, he presided over one of the most repressive regimes that put thousands of political prisoners in jail, murdered political prisoners, and China whitewashed all of this. Why? Why did China lie? China knew by end December that this was a contagious disease. They lied. Tedros validated that. He lied to the rest of the world about it. There is a tweet from him just 20 days back, still saying, do not wear face masks till you are sick. This has been this is the danger of a Chinese institutional takeover, which they've been doing because the Americans haven't been paying attention. They have done an institutional takeover of the WHO. It is time for America to re-establish.
Can I get a risk from Beijing? Because we don't very often have, guests from Beijing today. We have today Dr. Eric Neibart. He's from the Mount Sinai Hospital, live from New York. He's been doing front-end research. Dr. Rami Ranger, member of the House of Lords from London. Muralidhar Nair, a senior fellow at the Center for Public Policy Research in Thiruvananthapuram. My question to you is, Mr. Tangen, there are a lot of questions to the Chinese. A lot of people in India and internationally asking you, why have you started opening the wet markets in Wuhan, which was seen as a possible source of the virus? Why were you silencing whistleblowers? Why didn't you act early? Did you hide the total number of cases? The world has a right to know. Mr. Tangen, I'm sure you agree with me on that. The world has a right to know and ask you these questions.
Yes, the world does have a right to know factually what happened, and it's been well documented. I think there's a lot of sensationalism that's going on, mostly because governments had a significant amount of time to prepare and they didn't. So at this point, you see a lot of finger pointing going on simply to avoid taking the blame themselves. And this is understandable. I mean, this is what politicians do. They don't own up. They simply say, oh, somebody else did it. If you look at the timelines, it's very clear that there were missteps early on in Wuhan by the local officials. By the time that the central government got involved, they came down very tough. And in fact, most of the press, including a lot of the Indian press, was claiming that this was a violation of human rights, that these quarantine measures were too restrictive, that no government should be doing this. Now it's coming out that somehow China is to blame. I think the narrative is really being pushed initially by the Trump administration, because they're saying it. Now, to be clear, I'm an American citizen. I live in China. I have for 15 years. So I'm an onlooker on this particular things. I don't have a vested interest in the Chinese government. So I think it's good to take a pause and think about what we're facing here. The blame game isn't going to change anything.
The blame game won't help.